Dawn breaks over the Alaskan coast at 5:47 a.m. and the temperature sits at -2 degrees Celsius. Captain Mitchell has been fishing these waters for 34 years. He knows exactly where the giants hide along the continental ocean.
Every piece of equipment is checked and double-checked. This braided steel line can hold over 1,200 pounds of tension. The bait descends into the darkness, traveling over 3 meters per second toward the ocean floor, 140 meters below. The bait hangs in the current at 67 meters, its scent dispersing through the water column. From above, the boat seems tiny against the vast Atlantic, but beneath this seemingly calm surface, 3 men are required to manage this rod. The composite material can flex up to 60 degrees before breaking, but these fishermen...
The fish finder doesn't lie. That massive echo signature at 138 meters is exactly what they're looking for, a halibut over 2.5 meters long.
And there it is, moving with deceptive grace. Despite its massive size, the halibut glides through the darkness.
Look at the size of that mouth, 75 centimeters wide, capable of creating a suction force that can pull in prey from half a meter away.
Strike, in less than 1 second, the trap is sprung, and the hook embeds in the tough jaw tissue, and the halibut realizes its mistake.
The line goes taut instantly, cutting through the water like a knife.
That's the face of a man who knows exactly what he's dealing with. After 3 decades on water, develop an instinct.
The rod bends almost to its breaking point, 47 degrees of flex. The reel screams as line strips out. One man isn't enough.
Below the surface, the halibut is fighting with everything it has. It thrashes violently, stirring up sediment, trying to break free or snap the line.
The entire boat rocks from the force of this creature's fight, 9 degrees of list that's significant for an 18-meter vessel. Every revolution of that reel brings the fish up 3 feet, but it's exhausting work. The crew members' hands are cramped. A rogue wave crashes over the bow, drenching everyone. The deck becomes treacherous, but the crew doesn't flinch. Slowly, meter by meter, the fish is being forced upward from 118 meters to 94 meters. That's 80 feet of vertical distance.
Look at the stance. Feet planted 45 centimeters apart, weight shifting constantly to maintain balance.
From the bow, you can see the entire operation. 4 men working as one machine, the boat listing 7 degrees to starboard.
At 40 meters depth, sunlight finally penetrates enough to see clearly, and the halibut's coloration is magnificent.
The line cuts the surface at a 45-degree angle, vibrating from the constant struggle below. Every vibration...
The captain monitors everything from the wheelhouse. His experience tells him when to intervene and when to let the crew work. He's fought hundreds of these battles.
The electric winch engages. Its 15-horsepower motor can pull 2,000 pounds, but it has to be used carefully. From below the surface, it's like watching an ancient ritual. The dark silhouette of the boat above, the legs of men braced against the railing.
Watch the gills flaring desperately, trying to extract oxygen from water. The fish is exhausted now, its gills are pumping 40% faster than normal.
Now the coordination becomes critical. One man controls the winch, one guides the line with a gaff hook, one prepares the neck hook.
The gaff hook, a tool fishermen have used for centuries. 1.2 meters of hickory wood and 8 inches of forged steel.
This is a creature that survived by being aware of everything.
And there it is, the moment everyone has been waiting for. After 28 minutes of battle, the halibut breaks the surface.
Slow motion reveals the majesty and the struggle, that mouth, gaping 75 centimeters wide, trying desperately to breathe air it was never meant to breathe.
The fish explodes in one final desperate attempt at freedom. 85% of its body above water, tail whipping with a spray hits like a slap. Cold Atlantic water mixed with fish slime. This is the reality of fishing, not the romanticized version.
3 men against 195 kilograms of resisting muscle, synchronized pulling, bodies at 38-degree angles. 3 men against 195 kilograms of resisting muscle, synchronized pulling bodies at 38-degree angles.
That tail hits the deck with over 300 pounds of force per square inch, enough to dent the metal surface, enough to shatter bones.
That tail hits the deck with over 300 pounds of force per square inch, enough to dent the metal surface, enough to shatter bones.
Controlling the head is crucial. That mouth can crush bone. Those jaws can snap shut with hundreds of pounds of pressure.
From above, the scale becomes clear, 2.6 meters from head to tail, 4 men positioned at cardinal points around it, and this is a trophy fish.
The traditional photo, every fisherman's proof, every crew's pride. This image will be shared in bars and harbors up and down the coast.
The captain descends from the wheelhouse. His smile says everything. After 34 years on these waters, he still gets that rush, that pride. This handshake represents more than just congratulations, it represents trust. That's the bond of a fishing crew. That's what makes moments like this possible.
9:15 a.m., 2 hours and 28 minutes since they left harbor, 1 hour and 12 minutes since the fish struck the hook.
The hook placement was perfect, interior left jaw 4 centimeters deep in solid tissue. And this is why the fish didn't break free.
Hook removal requires care. This 18-centimeter steel hook costs $12, but more importantly,
look at the bend, 6 degrees of deformation from the force of the fight. This hook withstood over an hour of constant tension thrashing.
Now the work truly begins. The fish must be processed within 90 minutes to maintain optimal freshness.
Testing the edge, this blade needs to be sharp enough to slice through flesh cleanly, but controlled enough to not damage the valuable meat.
Documentation is required by federal law. Species length, weight, location, time of catch, GPS coordinates.
The weight debate based on length and girth formulas. One says 195 kilograms, another says 205. The third checks his phone for the calculation.
Each scale is a small armor plate, 2.5 centimeters of evolved protection. The coloration isn't random.
The captain's log, a tradition as old as fishing itself, handwritten in waterproof ink. Atlantic halibut, 2.
The discussion now shifts to processing strategy. Where to make the first cut, how to maximize yield, who handles which section.
GPS coordinates, 58.3742 north, 152.4081 west. This exact location will be remembered.
And lift 195 kilograms dead weight, rises 30 centimeters in 2.2 seconds. Proper form.
8 boots moving in synchronized rhythm. Each step 60 centimeters forward, perfectly timed. The weight distribution.
The processing table, stainless steel 3 meters by 1.2 meters, designed specifically for this purpose. The fish is lowered with control,
the head 65 centimeters across. Both eyes on one side of the body. This asymmetry is what makes halibut unique.
The processing station fully prepared, 4 crew positions, cutting boards, scales, containers, everything within arm's reach.
Fillets. The first cut is critical, behind the gill plate, angled toward the spine, and this cut determines the yield.
The blade enters at 90 degrees, penetrating 4 centimeters through skin and blubber into muscle tissue. The cut is smooth and the blade progresses at 12 centimeters per second, constant depth, constant pressure. The white flesh inside is
Separating the fillet from the skeleton requires feel more than sight. The blade rides along the bone structure at 15 degrees. This is pure skill.
One side complete, 1.3 meters of prime fillet removed, exposing the skeleton. The yield so far is approximately 42% of body weight. Industry standard is 38%.
Pen bones 4 centimeters long must be removed individually with tweezers. And there are approximately 60 per fillet.
Look at this flesh, white with a hint of pink, muscle striations perfectly aligned, and no bruising, no soft spots, no parasites.
87.2 kilograms for one fillet. At $30 per kilogram, that's $2,616 for half the fish. Simple mathematics.
Value created through skill, efficiency, and knowledge. This is commercial fishing. This is how it's done professionally.
The final step, labeling Atlantic halibut November 17, 2025, 257 centimeters. This label ensures traceability from ocean to table in 48 hours.
Into the freezer at -18 degrees Celsius, cold vapor escapes as the hatch opens, and this temperature will preserve the fish, perfectly maintaining cellular structure, texture, flavor.
The freezer holds 800 kilograms of fish at -18 degrees. This is the boat's treasure hold, representing weeks of work.
The hatch seals with 6 rotations of the locking wheel, creating an airtight seal. This door is rated to withstand
11:28 a.m., 3 hours and 41 minutes since departure, the deck is restored to order. Equipment stowed, waste prepared for proper disposal.
This is the moment they work for. The satisfaction after success, the relief after danger past, the camaraderie of shared accomplishment.
The post-catch cigarette, a ritual as old as commercial fishing. A moment to decompress, hot coffee from a thermos shared among the crew. In this moment, they're not calculating profit or planning the next move. That first sip of hot coffee after 3 hours of physical labor in -2-degree weather. The gulls land opportunistic scavengers always following fishing boats. They're looking for scraps for easy meals.
Tossing scraps to the gulls isn't waste, it's tradition. It's respect for the natural cycle. What the crew doesn't use returns to the ocean.
Success, the gull catches the scrap mid-air with precision, and it's beak designed for exactly this type of opportunistic feeding. These birds